Perhaps, just as the value of a few people in our life is realized once they are no longer there in our life, so is the value of our own self realized when we no longer are able to do and experience certain things and activities in our life that are very dear to us, even if temporarily. For we made the mistake of taking ourselves for granted, that we can always do it, we can always have it. And what better a time for us to realize this all when we are forced to re-examine our own pain, which is beyond just visiting some doctors and popping a couple of pills to easing it. For deep down, we know that this pain is our body's way of speaking that there are few things still left for us to work upon. And as much as we would love to postpone looking into it, we realize that the only way to gain freedom from this pain is to gather whatever strength we have still left to face it and resolve it. Which is where, as we continue to walk even further on our path of self-transformation, we begin to realize that our true strength lies not when we can lift umpteen kilos of weight, but when we can lift our own weight down self up, the weight of which can't be measured, but only felt. And that is where we remember one of the proverbs we stumbled upon quite a while ago, but that left a mark on us. It goes, fall down 7, get up 8. And so we have fallen down quite a few times and even gotten up each time, until we started walking upon this path, where we realized that it is not as much about falling down and getting back up, as much as it is about understanding who fell down and why, and who got back up and how. Was it the same person who fell down and got back up? If yes, then this falling down and getting back up served no purpose. And we will continue to fall down again and again until we fall down so hard that it hits us, that this time around we do not get back up until we have healed and sealed the wounds we got as a result. For what good is a warrior if wounded? And maybe that is where they become warriors instead. Unfortunately, that's what we've been doing all this while. Healing and sealing, utilizing our downtime on transmuting and transforming those painful wounds into gainful wisdom, instead of finding ways to get back up. But this time around, the person getting back up will not be a wounded warrior, but a sounded savior, a sounded savoir. And this is where we now begin to realize the value of all these exercises that we've been doing in a different light. They are but an epitome of our priorities, our choices, our determination, our grit, our persistence, our perseverance, our willingness to do some of them even when scared, even when tired. They are symbolic of our inner spirit, our good health, our good times and more. And even though we've tried our best to value a lot of things, a lot of people, experiences, opportunities, all things external in our life, somewhere we now realize that we never really extended that value to our own self too, for doing it all. For if we hadn't agreed to doing it, we would be still watching others doing it and wishing we were too and wondering if we can too. Which is why we now begin to wonder why. Why have we been so quick to acknowledge and value all external, but have either failed or taken our own sweet time to even acknowledge and value all internal? That's ourself. Is it because we fear becoming egoic and selfish, when we've so righteously practiced selflessness, or at least tried our best to? The answers to which we don't have yet. But one thing we know for sure now, and that is, if we can't value ourselves, our efforts, given our life conditions, then perhaps we haven't really understood the true meaning of self-transformation. It's not about changing what's on the screen, but changing the seer of the screen. For when the seer changes, the scenes on the screen automatically transforms. Walk with me on this path of self-transformation where we each stop taking our own self for granted. Walk with me as we each realize the value of this life as our self, Ronak.